Sandcastle is a 2017 American war drama film directed by Fernando Coimbra and written by Chris Rosner. The film stars Nicholas Hoult, Logan Marshall Green, Henry Cavill, Glenn Powell, Tommy Flanagan, Bo Knapp, and Neil Brown Jr. The film centers on Matt Oker, a young soldier in the United States Army who is tasked with restoring water to a village in Iraq. It is inspired by Rosner's experience as a soldier in the Iraq War. It was released on April 21, 2017, on Netflix.
Plot.
At the beginning of the 2003 Iraq War, Private Matt Oker, a young civil affairs soldier with the Army Reserve, slams his hand in the door of a Humvee in an attempt to get sent home. Narration reveals that he enlisted in July 2001 in order to get money for college. Some time later, he is seen with a cast on his arm, his attempt having been unsuccessful. His cast gets cut off just in time to be sent to Baghdad. During the battle, Oker spots a sniper and Sergeant Dylan Chutsky calls in a helicopter strike that destroys the building the sniper is in. The film then skips forward to some time after the battle, when Oker's squad is tasked with repairing a broken water system in the dangerous village of Bakuba. They arrive in the village and meet up with a Special Forces unit led by Captain Syverson. Syverson introduces them to their interpreter and explains that they are to travel to the pump station and fill a tanker with water to bring back to the village every day. At the station, the Army engineers working on the pump explain that it will take many weeks to finish repairs, but that the repairs would go much faster if Staff Sergeant Harper could recruit some of the villagers to help. Back at the village, they inform the locals that they will pay anyone who shows up to work the next morning. However, when the morning comes, there is no one there by the time they are ready to leave. With no labor forthcoming from the village, they are forced to help the engineers themselves. During one return trip, a vehicle is spotted coming up behind them at high speed. They stop the vehicle and interrogate the driver, but learn he is taking his young daughter to another village for medicine. During another trip, they are attacked by several insurgents with small arms, who shoot holes in the tank. The next day, while passing out water, gunfire breaks out. They engage in a pitched firefight with several enemies shooting from the rooftops, during which Chutsky is killed. After finally getting help from Kader, the administrator of the local school, who desperately needs water to keep the school open, they begin making better progress on the station. One morning, none of the Iraqis show up to work and the squad returns to the village, where they find the administrator's body burned and tied to a stake in the schoolyard. The administrator's brother Arif angrily tells Syverson where the insurgents have been meeting. A plan is quickly formed to attack them that night. The attack succeeds, killing several enemy and capturing more, but Corporal Enzo and Sergeant Burton are both injured and need to be evacuated by helicopter. Work on the pump station finally resumes, with Arif bringing in a crew of local workers. However, soon after, the pump station is hit by an improvised explosive device brought by one of the workers in a suicide bombing, destroying all of the work done by the group and killing several Americans and Iraqis. Oker and Harper return to their base in Baghdad. Harper is given 3 weeks leave, and Oker is told he is going home. Oker protests, but is overruled. Later that day, he is escorted to the airfield by Harper and Sergeant Major McGregor. After asking McGregor if it is a beautiful day for the infantry and receiving an enthusiastic affirmation, he boards the plane.
Cast.
Nicholas Hoult as PVT Matt Oker, Logan Marshall Green as SGT Harper, Henry Cavill as CPT Syverson, Glenn Powell as SGT Chutsky, Neil Brown Jr. as CPL Enzo, Bo Knapp as SGT Burton, Sammy Sheikh as Mahmoud, Gonzalo Menendez as Medic Herring, Sam Spruill as 1LT Anthony, Naveed Negaban as Kader, Tommy Flanagan as SGM McGregor. Production. Chris Rosner's script Sandcastle, based on his own experience as a machine gunner in Iraq's Sunni Triangle, appeared among the 2012 unproduced Blacklist screenplays. 2 On March 13, 2014, it was announced that Nicholas Hoult would lead the cast of the Iraq War drama to play the role of Matt Oker, a young machine gunner. 3. The film would be produced by Mark Gordon through the Mark Gordon Company, who had bought the script. 1. Commercial director Seb Edwards was hired to direct the film. Centered on Sergeant Harper, the leader of a platoon, and one of his soldiers, Oker. 3. On May 9th, 2014 U-Media came on board to finance the film and handle the international sales. Additionally, Toby Kebbell was cast in the film to play Sergeant Harper. 4. On October 8, 2015, Luke Evans and Henry Cavill joined the film, with Evans playing Sergeant Harper and Cavill playing Captain Syverson from Special Forces, who runs the operation in the dangerous village of Bakuba. 1. Fernando Coimbra, director of A Wolf at the Door, was now set to direct the film, which Treehouse Pictures would fully finance and produce, while other producers would be Rosner, Gordon, Justin Nappy, and 42's Ben Pugh. Voltage Pictures took over handling the international sales. 1. On October 9, 2015, Bo Knapp joined the film to play a sergeant who has to repair a broken water system in a village. 5. On October 14, 2015, Glenn Powell was cast in the film to play Sergeant Falvey, a tough-minded soldier. 6. On October 26, 2015, The Hollywood Reporter confirmed that Logan Marshall Green had replaced Evans for his role of Sergeant Harper, the leader of a platoon. 7. On October 29, 2015, Neil Brown Jr. joined the film to play the role of Enzo. 8. Tommy Flanagan was cast in the film for a lead role of Sergeant McGregor. 9. Principal photography on the film began on November 2, 2015. 110. Release. In May 2016, Netflix acquired the distribution rights to the film. 11. The film was released on April 21, 2017. 12. Critical reception. On Rotten Tomatoes, Sandcastle has an approval rating of 47% based on 17 reviews, with an average rating of 5.3/10. 13 on Metacritic. The film has a score 45 out of 100, based on 7 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews.